Heyo. Hear me out there? Live from the corrosive end of an organic kosher dill pickle. I didn't know they had corrosive ends. Wasn't really... It's an all-new, terrific Tuesday edition of Business Pants, joined by special guest star extraordinaire Hawk. That's his name, Hawk. It's just Hawk. And Hawk, this is not to be confused with the character on Cobra Kai, right? You're not the character from a TV show.
No.
It's actually your performer. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. It's a good nom de plume, I suppose.
Okay.
Quite the sobriquet.
But I'll introduce you in a second. On today's deep fake AI Kit Kat bar that writes truly wonderful and mediocre cover letters called April 15th, it's tax day, 2025. We're going to play a very special guesty good game. Yeah. That's what we're doing. Welcome, Super. Hawk.
Thank you.
Hawk is a founding member of our Business Pants Corporate Theater as a writer, performer, editor, and I'm pretty sure you bring pastries occasionally?
I tried to anyway.
Yeah. That's all I'm going to say because that's all you need to know. Matt is out. I don't know where Matt is. I think he's on the moon or maybe...
Nice.
Maybe he's on Canada.
It's one of my destination spots of choice.
So thank you for joining us, Hawk. Our show today is being sponsored by FreeFloatAnalytics.com, the only platform measuring board power, connections, and performance for free. It's all for free. FreeFloatAnalytics.com. Sounds like you just fell into your microphone. Is that right?
I did actually. I didn't know if that was audible.
I don't know where Hawk is. I have no control over his audio equipment, so I don't vouch for anything he does. If he's,
I'm also on the moon, but okay. I'm on a totally different sea, so it's not where Matt is. I did see him. I saw him last night at the gala.
Okay, thank you for joining us, Hawk. I'm gonna keep this simple for you. We're gonna play a good old fashioned good game. I don't know if you've ever heard the good game, but here's what we're gonna do. I've collected a bunch of headlines just over the past few days, just things that tickled my eardrums, as they do. And I'm really just going to present you the headline, maybe a little summary of the story, although often the headline kind of does all the work for the story, for you. And we
don't need facts. And honestly, just need headlines.
Yeah, we just need headlines. And Hawk, I just want to hear what we don't have Matt, thank God. I'm sick of Matt. Everyone's sick of Matt. I just want to hear, what does a regular person think of our universe? What is your reaction?
The fresh perspective.
Yeah, exactly. And then, just to make this extra insipid and pointless, I'm going to ask you to just give me a score 0 to 10. And I don't even know. And it could just because you love the headline, you hate it, you're just in a good mood. You're whatever. It doesn't even, it's just up to you. You're in control. Know. You're in control. Yeah. All right.
And this is tonight's rating. I mean, tomorrow I could have a wake up with a totally different rating.
Exactly. You're reading my mind. And I'm gonna just to make this extra annoying, I'm gonna play a little bit of music underneath you so this really gets exciting.
Fab.
There we go. All right. This is the good game. April 15th, 2025. Hawk. I'm with Hawk.
Let's do it.
I'm going to start you off with, to be honest, Hawk, we have a lot of AI on this list.
Yes,
I'm just going to warn you, okay? We're going to start with this headline, Meta. You know what Meta is? Meta Platforms, you heard of it?
Oh, yeah.
Meta?
Yeah, Zuckerberg.
Yeah, exactly, Mark Zuckerberg. Here's the headline. Meta wants you to use your phone as a second screen in movie theaters to interact with a chatbot. Now, Hawk.
Boo!
I got to tell you, that's everything I just said is true. It's real. Doesn't that sound made up?
Nothing surprises me these days. So that does make sense. What's the movie?
So specifically, the technology is called Movie Mate, which is just, stupid. Sorry, but Movie Mate. And
Paper Mate and Coffee Mate are the only two mates I'm okay with.
Okay, that's good to know. I just penciled that down, by the way, because if you're a guest on another show, I want to hold you to that. But
I've got to remember every joke I say. All right.
But it's supposed to come out with this new movie called Megan, which I think it's a sequel. I know there was at least a couple of Megans. There's going to be a chat bot. You're supposed to use your phone that it's going to talk to you. There's going to be trivia. I don't know what the hell's going on. I don't really, Hawk. Really, I'm dumbfounded by this.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna say this.
Yeah, go ahead.
First of all, I don't want to be totally negative.
No,
that's a really cool idea in some ways, because I think that having an extra, we had 2D movies, we've got 3D movies, to have this extra bit during a movie actually sounds kind of like a neat idea on the surface, but
you're such an optimist.
I'll be damned if I'm going to sit in a movie theater with a bunch of bright lights shining back in my face from other patrons.
I think what Hawk is saying is that the genius of this idea is much like the mirrors in your car, right? Why not have mirrors on your doors, right? On your windshield, right? You need more than one mirror to kind of efficiently get from point A to point B. So you're appreciating that, but then you're contradicting yourself, saying that you don't want extra light. So I don't really know where you're landing.
I'm going to put it this way: I think the idea is a neat one. But I don't think a movie theater is the right venue for it. Like at my house, and I get to choose that and not disturb anyone else's movie-going experience.
Sure,
I'm all on board.
Well,
but
yeah,
I mean, let's face it. What was that other movie by not Scorsese? It was that one about the guy. Anyway, the guy who did the.
You're describing every movie ever made.
Every movie. Oh, we can cut this later. This isn't live, right? Wait, it is?
No,
oh, shoot.
Yeah, it is.
No, there was a movie that just recently came out by Coppola. That's who it was. And he wanted to have an actor hired to actually speak to the screen. And there is part of me that's like, that's such a cool idea, but the feasibility issue of it just makes it almost impossible. And so, like, this is the same thing, except you've got people whose like phones are out while I'm trying to watch a movie. I mean, for all I know, I'd love it. I don't want to be super negative about it. I just think that my gut reaction is I would not want that to be happening.
Here are a couple of things that I'm thinking. First of all, Netflix has already admitted out loud that they actually now create programming knowing that you are using your phone during their content. Which
are you kidding?
Which is horrifying. But it's true. I mean, you watch TV and you know that everyone in the room now has their phone out. The other thing is that
I never do, by the way. I want to go on record as saying that. I'm an active viewer.
I don't honestly believe you. The other thing that frightens me is does Mark Zuckerberg need more power? Does he need to be making money while you're also watching a movie? Is that necessary?
Well, you ask him. I would say he probably would say everyone needs more power, but he needs the most. I mean,
What's also odd about this, Hawk, is that there's an antitrust trial going on right now. It started on Monday, where the government is actually suing Meta, maybe trying to break up the monopoly. Maybe Mark's going to have to sell Instagram, maybe WhatsApp. So, what extra scares me here is that if he has to give up Instagram, does that mean he's going to be hyper focused on bothering us when we go to the movies now? Is that what he's going to be doing? Anyway, those were my thoughts. What do you think?
That is 100% what's behind this. Yes.
Overall, give me a score on this one.
I'll give that 9 out of 10. That's it. I mean,
really?
Well, because I do like going to the cinema, but lately I just feel like, okay, I'll put it this way before we move on.
No, and I'm not
post-pandemic, people just seem to think that the cinema is their living room, and so this is just one extra step toward that trend that I want to eradicate. So no, I'm not on board with this really at all. So it does intrigue me. I'll give it a 9 because that's a weird.
So the 9
is. I don't know what else you've got in the pipeline. Maybe I should give it.
The 9 is representing your hate for the story. Is that what it's doing?
It's just a weird story. Okay. I never thought I'd hear the day when it's like, we encourage you to use your phones during a movie.
I love that you're taking full advantage of the arbitrary quality of the grading here. I love that because I don't understand the 9. No, it's too late. It's a 9. All right. Next story, and maybe this relates. In fact, I think it kind of does. There's a story. J.P. Morgan Chase CEO Jamie Dimon. We see Jamie everywhere. Jamie has opinions about everything, and now he has opinions about cell phones in his meetings. Here's the headline: Jamie Dimon. What's that? Go ahead.
He wants people to use them in his meeting now to go along with his weird.
Actually, it's the opposite. Jamie Dimon hates how cell phones have ruined productivity in meetings. So it's kind of the opposite, right, of what Mark Zuckerberg
Right.
is doing in movies. So who's right here? Right?
You
And
know,
does that mean we can't watch movies during our meetings? Like I'm extra
yeah, I
confused
mean,
here.
bring your phone to a meeting,
Yeah.
watch a movie, and then take notes.
Right. Yeah. My head is spinning though from like, why is my phone everywhere? Why does it have to be out or in my pocket? Like, what's happening? Yeah. What do you think about this, Hawk?
I mean, I think he's stating the obvious. I think we've known this for probably like, 25 years that these phones are distracting and shouldn't be in meetings. I mean, we've been asking people to silence them since like, 2001?
What's strange is that, I mean, this is one of the most powerful men in the world with a net worth in the billions. He's the CEO and chair of, one of the most important banks on the globe, JP Morgan Chase. And this guy hasn't figured out already how to tell people to put their phones away. Like what's happening here? Like why is he struggling with discipline? I don't understand. Like why it's strange to me. Can't he just tell people to put their phones away?
Well, I don't know why people's phones are out in the first place,
Maybe Jamie's boring. Maybe the movie's boring. Maybe people are addicted to their everything. Maybe that's our future, just addiction. Give me a score on this headline.
A 5. I mean, because I think he's a guy who what? I mean, is telling people to put their phones away. That's nothing new.
Yeah, right. I mean, it's pretty stupid, isn't it? And by the way, 5. What 5 really means is that you don't care. That's what it means. So let's move.
Oh, well then 7.5.
No, it's too late. And by the way, 7.5 can't be what you choose for just everything. I mean, just you know what I mean. You can't just go to 7.5 every time.
It's gonna all right. 7.4.
All right, here's this. Okay, let's go on our next headline. This is a creepy one. This I almost can't believe when I read headlines like this. I almost can't believe it, but I think I guess this is the future of our globe. Here's the headline. Former Google CEO tells Congress that 99 that's 99 out of 100. 99% of all electricity will be used to power super intelligent AI. So he's saying in the future 99% of our energy is going to, and he's serious. This is not satire. This is an article from, mainstream
that's
news,
incredible.
right? This is Eric Schmidt, former CEO of Google. Yeah. What do you think about this?
I mean, the thing was, I did look at this article a little bit, and I think the thing that struck me the most is that he said, quote, "What we need from you," he said to lawmakers, "is that we need energy in all forms, renewable, non-renewable, whatever."
It's frightening.
And my love is that I go, if this is the way we finally get, solar and wind, like, what a ass backward way of getting it.
Yeah. Well, they're going to need it. They're going to need solar and wind, right?
Well, that's the weird thing is it's like, I feel like this is a day and age where we, instead of trying to solve the problem at its root, we try to create these like Band-Aids that cause more problems. And then
well, yeah, I'm with you, Hawk. I mean, yeah, if you listen to the show, show a lot, one thing that I complain about constantly is that we never even who asked these like 5 middle school boys who run these tech companies to create super intelligent AI that needs 99% of the world's electricity? Like, we didn't sign on to this. Yeah. So,
when someone told me that like every search that one does on a ChatGPT is like pouring a bottle of water down the drain.
Is that true?
I was like,
really?
What? That's the figure I've heard. I've tried to fact check. I've actually had great trouble debunking it. So inductively, I'm assuming it's true. But
when I don't know if you know this, Hawk, but when I'm feeling extra cynical and angry at the world, sometimes I will do a search on ChatGPT while pouring a bottle of water down the drain.
I also like the dismissive nature that the guy has there, whatever his name is,
Eric Schmidt.
Yeah, Eric Schmidt. The fact that he's just like renewable, non-renewable, whatever. I mean, if you get us wind and solar, that's great. But if you can get us some gasoline, like we'll pollute as
whatever
we do
you
this
need.
thing.
Yeah, whatever. Just give
honestly,
it to us.
The lack of focus on probably what really should be being asked about these things.
The other thing that scares me too, of course, is that if 99% of the electricity is being used to power some super intelligent AI being, what happens if someone accidentally unplugs the energy source? Like what then? Where are we? What is?
I mean, we're back to searching Google.
Yeah.
I mean, is that
right? Yeah. I'm okay with that. Well, give me a score on this story.
99, just like him, 99%.
Oh, so okay. You know what? I'm okaying this. I'm allowing this because I don't think I set a parameter from 0 to 10. So I'm gonna let you do 99. Usually, I don't let Matt break free at the 0 to 10 zeitgeist, but you, especially as a guest, yes, you get to do a 99 on that one. So
I mean, there are more numbers between 9 and 10 than there are countable numbers. So how about that?
And Eric Schmidt, former CEO of Google, wants all those numbers too to help him power his AI.
Throw them in a mélange.
Let's move on, but let's also actually stick with AI. We have a lot of AI stuff.
Nice.
Here's the headline: a tech CEO has been charged with fraud for saying his e-commerce startup was powered by AI when it was actually just using manual human labor. You like this one?
I mean, there's where to even start with that one. I mean, like, so you've actually got humans, which I think most people today, I mean, AI is in this weird place where people don't really even know what their full opinions are, or they do. And, it's a lot of negative stuff that I hear. So the idea that you've got a company that has no AI.
Yeah.
And you're not, first of all, you're not giving the humans credit. Secondly, you're not taking advantage of the fact that you could actually market this as AI-free place. And furthermore, by the way, I don't know when that article came out, but if you're not caught up on Black Mirror, that's literally the plot of one of the Black Mirror episodes. So how about that?
Spoiler alert. Yeah.
Spoiler alert. Sorry, this is going out live.
Yeah, I didn't dive deeply into this story. I'm guessing what's happening here is that he is telling investors that the company is powered by AI and that's why they should be investing. Is that the takeaway?
I mean, why not just power it by AI then? If you really want to, I mean,
maybe he's not clever enough.
Hey,
or
Gary,
smart enough.
Well, Gary, we need you to sound a little bit more like a robot. You sound too much like a human.
What's even more dystopian about this is that they weren't even like humans in his own neighborhood, his own country. They were actually humans in the Philippines and Romania. Right? Is that not extra dystopian?
Well, wasn't the clue that he was in California and suddenly there was a bunch of Romanian coming out of the AI?
Yeah. This is I don't know how I feel about this one. How about this too, Hawk? I forgot to tell you, the company, the startup, the tech company is called Nate, Nate, like the name Nate. So it's extra confusing, right? It just sounds like a company's like a guy. It's like a dude. I mean,
yeah. So it's just Nate, and then you have to bring out your phone when you talk to him as a little companion because it's Megan's brother.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
I think I might be.
Nate's the guy in the room. That's the human labor.
I think I might be happy you got charged with fraud on this one. What do you think? Give me a score on this one.
I mean, totally ludicrous. 8.
8. I like it. Again, we are joined by Hawk, one of the founding members of the Business Pants Corporate Theater. Those episodes still exist, so go to your podcast source, and you have to go back a little bit, but they're all there, and you should download them. You should listen to them. You should enjoy them. Hawk is of course.
You think we're good when we're just off the cuff? Listen to us when we have a week to write it all down.
Hawk is fabulously talented, but let's move on our good game, April 15th. The next headline. This is a little AI-ish, but not really. Maybe not AI-ish. Maybe more just futuristic. DoorDash. Do you ever use DoorDash, Hawk?
Never.
I don't either, actually. I don't really see the point of it.
I just drive to the place and grab it.
Yeah. That works too, right? Or I had this thing in my home called a refrigerator, and I just kind of open the fridge and I take out food and I kind of put it together.
Yeah, rice costs about a couple cents per meal, so it
does
a little bit more affordable.
Here's the headline: DoorDash is now sending food in delivery robots. It's a robot called Coco, who looks like a small cooler on wheels.
Does that work?
Doesn't sound very futuristic. I don't know. It's not very clever.
It's like, you watch Metropolis, by Fritz Lang, and it's like suddenly this little guy comes out and it's like giving people Coca-Cola and stuff.
Yeah.
Isn't there something like that on John Mulaney's live show? Not to plug a different show, but
no, go ahead, please.
He's got like a little thing, a Samo he calls it, and it's got little eyeballs, and it goes around. It's a little cooler, and
actually, that's what it looks like. That's what Coco looks like. It looks like basically a cooler with eyeballs.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what it really looks like to me? It looks like remember Clippy? Remember the Microsoft Word little thing? I mean, it looks like just a stupid. Like why not get more creative? I don't know.
Does it know karate? Because I just imagine everyone would just kick it into the curb, right? And then then its wheels don't work, right?
Maybe you are.
Speaking of the Karate Kid, is it the Karate Samo, Coco?
Yeah. What do you think about this? Yeah.
I mean,
how is this even gonna work? I mean, like, is it gonna be? Is it going to be driving down the street? Like, it's literally the size of a cooler you'd bring to the beach. Like, where is it driving? On the highway? Like, I just don't get this.
On a sidewalk? It's got to be a sidewalk.
Aren't people going to kick it? Like,
that's all I can think of is that. I mean, I'd pet it and give it a treat, but
Well, you're a kind person, but a lot of people are going to be frightened, and they might overreact by doing something rude to it, or maybe just what if they open the top and take the burrito?
Well, yeah. I mean, how do you? What is there like a code that you have to do? How does this work?
I don't know. I don't like it though. What do you think? Give me a score.
I mean. Again, robots taking our jobs, right? I suppose that's kind of one of the big concerns as well. I like that we were out for the welfare of the robot, not the humans whose jobs it's taking.
Yeah, honestly, I would be much more comfortable with someone actually getting a wage to bring me my muffins, honestly.
If this thing can't provide funny videos from my, door cam as he delivers, then there's no point.
Yeah. Well, maybe
he's not slipping on the ice and providing us with viral videos.
Maybe Mark Zuckerberg can install a screen on it, and then you could, right? You could like look at that while watching a movie, while engaging with your phone.
Have a little progress cam.
Yeah. So, what do you think about this? Give me a score. Come on.
7.1 because you said I couldn't do 7 again.
Okay. All right.
I like these. These are great. I mean, these are very interesting.
Yeah, these are. It's a more lighthearted look. The good game is supposed to be a bit more less. We're trying to get out of some of the doomy negative headlines that are everywhere in the business world, right? So
too much.
It's a little bit of levity today.
No matter where you stand, there's always something wrong. So
actually, that's true. It doesn't matter if you're on the left or the right. Everyone just seems to be angry together. We can all join hands in anger.
Got something that they're not happy with. Yeah. I'm not even going to judge you on that, but there's a lot to not be happy about. So
here's the next headline. I'm not really sure why this is one of the ones we chose, but this is from the New York Times. The headline is, "If it exists, someone has left it in an Uber. The company's annual list of items passengers have left behind includes a mannequin head with human hair, a urinal, and a chainsaw." Why is the New York Times?
What Scorsese movie is this?
Yeah, and what are we doing, New York Times? Like, what we're talking about lost and found in cabs now? Like, what are we doing?
There's plenty of stories to write about New York Times. This is a weird one. I mean, that said, I'm still fascinated by it.
Yeah, you do love it.
I mean, what? Those weren't all three of the same guy, right?
I like how you're
same trip. It wasn't like a urinal and a mannequin head and a chainsaw at one time.
They actually could be. I like how the article writer focuses on a mannequin head with human hair. Like that's worse than like a mannequin head with like turtle hair or something, or right? Like, is human hair creepy? Like we all walk around with human hair. Are we supposed to be creeped out by that? Or something?
Yeah, but I mean. No, I'll be honest. Like, wouldn't that be weird? Like, you see a mannequin, and then you're like, "Whoa, that's like human hair." And like, why isn't that human hair being like locks to love? Why is it on a mannequin?
Right. Well, what if you're in the fashion district in Manhattan? Are you going to be freaked out by a mannequin? I mean,
if it moved,
the urinal. I don't like the idea of a urinal being in the cab because
unless it's Marcel Duchamp from the 1920s and his Dadaist revival, something like that. Why? Because it must be a used one, right?
Yeah, I'm guessing it's one of the stinky urinals that us men have to cope with.
It's probably still got the cake in it.
Ugh. So what do you think about this one? What do you?
6.
6. Okay.
It's a number I haven't chosen yet, so that's why I chose 6.
I feel like we cover so many horrible stories about Uber that this actually might be some good press for them, right? It's kind of cute.
I mean, at what point does that does the driver keep it? I mean, what do you do? I mean, a chainsaw is probably pretty useful, actually. I'd keep a chainsaw. If they didn't claim it.
Yeah, it's true, right? I mean, so I'm guessing the lumberjack who took an Uber from the Bronx to Manhattan probably did claim the chainsaw. I mean, that's kind of their livelihood. So, all right, let's move on to actually. This is our first kind of depressing one. I don't like this story.
Okay.
Sam Altman.
This has been too light.
Yeah, you know who Sam Altman is?
Robert Altman's son. I don't know.
Oh, that would be interesting. Actually, I don't know that he's not Robert Altman, the film director's son, but I've never heard of that. Maybe this would change your opinion of his story. So Sam Altman is the CEO at OpenAI, which puts out the product ChatGPT, right? One of the leading AI, what is it? Search engine? I don't even know what you call it. Products. So here's the headline. Right. Sam Altman says Miyazaki, who is the great Japanese filmmaker who known for movies like My Neighbor Totoro and a whole list.
Castle in the Sky.
Yeah, Spirited Away. All wonderful, beautiful movies.
Yeah, gorgeous.
He says that Miyazaki needs to get over it, and what he's referring to, Hawk, is that OpenAI is using an image generator that creates these fake versions of Miyazaki style illustrations that became really popular. But of course, the guy, who created this is very anti AI. He's very pro human creativity. He's very upset about this, and so Sam Altman's just like, I don't care, like tough.
I'm going to be really frank. I
Go
think
ahead.
that
Go ahead.
I have a very mixed reaction to AI. It's probably, I think a lot of people fall really on one side or the other. It's superb or it's horrible. And I think I'll start where it's good. I think where it can plow through the internet for you and you don't have to be the guy that, you're not spending 45 minutes trying to find an answer that could just be given to you. Like, that's great. How do I do this? Here's some steps. Whereas I think it's got a sinister side is when it, first of all, the environmental impact, which is, we talked about that earlier.
Right.
But where it turns into art, if it was totally original, I'd probably have very little problem with it. But the fact that it's like, create something that Miyazaki would never do.
Yeah.
And make it weird. And now everyone can just get this guy's like real brain power for free. Like, that's where I'm really against it. I think in the creative parts. I just saw the other day that Mr. Rogers asked to have Burger King take down one of its commercials that
really?
kind of, because it had a little mock version of him.
The estate
and he
of Mr.
said,
Rogers.
"Look, I don't want to confuse the children about like this." And this to me is exactly analogous to this. It's like, look, I'm Miyazaki. Here's my artwork. How dare you
That's what's
like
the troubling part of this, right?
Yeah, I'd be sued.
Right, like that's the thing about this that drives me crazy is that no matter what you think about AI, if the artist himself is coming out saying boo, then just respect the artist. I mean, right? I mean, not every artist is going to say boo, right? I mean, here's the other crazy thing about this story is that Sam Altman is in an interview talking about this subject claimed that 30 years ago it was, quote, impossible to make videos because you needed things like a camcorder and VHS tapes because editing was complicated and because there was no internet and no YouTube. Now, I hate to break it to Sam Altman, but 30 years ago was 1995. First of all, Sam, the internet actually did exist then. Yep. And second of all, there was an entire film and TV industry that had already existed for like 60 or 70 years. They actually were making movies. They actually did not find it impossible to make movies in 1995.
I mean, think about the Raimi brothers.
Stupid thing to
doing
say.
it on a budget with a couple of film cameras.
But what a dumb reason to like be defensive. Like, it's just a stupid thing to say. I'm just kind of shocked.
Well, also, if your reason for defending stealing people's work and ideas is that I couldn't come up with them, that's just plagiarism, pal.
Isn't that basically what he's saying, though? Is that it was hard to be creative and to be an artist 30 years ago? Now, you just...
Maybe for you, Sam.
Right. I don't like that story, Hawk. I got to be honest with you. I don't like it.
Oh, am I rating them on how much I like the outcome?
I'm not playing the game, and I shouldn't even be leading my guest.
Well, no, I'll say this.
You gave me a score.
I think Sam is completely in the wrong on this. I think he ought to, look in the mirror and just think about fact check himself, because the veracity of that is pretty questionable, but also just the morality. I mean,
it's bizarre.
The guy says, please stop stealing my stuff, and you go deal with it. I mean, come on.
Get over it. Yeah, get over it. What's your score?
Well, you get over it, Sam.
Yeah.
Go do something. I don't know him. I don't know him at all. So maybe I'm speaking. Maybe he's the most creative guy on the earth. But, geez, that's dark. So I'll give it an 8 for interest and a 3 for what I think this guy.
So am I giving it 11, or am I averaging? Or should I average those two together?
I'll say a 7 out of interest. Well, I've been doing interest, so we'll say 7.
Okay.
Or 8, whatever I said.
Yeah.
Get over it.
I'll give you a 7 on this one. We only have 2 more headlines for you, Hawk, and I appreciate you joining us.
It's my pleasure. Thank you for having me.
The tax day version of Business Pants. Where is Matt? Matt is flying.
The moon.
Yeah, no one cares. No one knows. Okay, this is a great one. For a simple, forget AI, forget everything you know about AI, forget everything we've been talking about up to this point in the show. This is as beautiful and simplistic as it gets. Here's the headline: McDonald's is doubling down on lemonade. McDonald's made the announcement on their website that they're making lemonade. Hawk, they're making lemonade, lemon juice, sugar, lemonade. Right.
So
lemonade.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. I'm reading this.
That's the headline.
Featuring real lemon juice, bits of lemon pulp, real cane sugar, handcrafted by our beverage experts. So fucking lemonade, like what kids sell by the side of the road.
Lemonade. McDonald's is announcing, Hawk, that they're making lemonade.
So I mean, I suppose that is news that they're finally feeding us real food.
Actually, you might be right. I didn't think of that. That's sort of the pleasant version of this.
Not to be cynical. I mean,
I didn't know that, Hawk. I didn't actually know they didn't sell lemonade. I don't even know if I cared that they did or didn't sell lemonade. But congratulations.
I mean, didn't they sell that? Yeah, like Kool-Aid, sugar with water type thing.
I don't know. I don't really.
I mean,
know.
okay. I mean, I'll put it this way. That's good. That's certainly a step in the right direction for any place. Like, hey, we had real food in our food, but
right, yes, which suggests that everything else might be a little bit creepy. But
I want my
Hawk. What do you think about McDonald's making lemonade? Give me a score.
5.
5. All right, so you don't care. You're right in the middle.
I mean, yeah, it's not. I mean,
okay. All that fanfare and just a 5. All right, sad. All right, well, you ready for one more?
Funny.
You ready for
Made
one more?
Laugh
headline?
the hardest, I think. One more, yeah. Let's do this.
Yeah, I got to be honest, Hawk. I was tickled by that one too, because just because how dumb it is. I just love simplistic headlines like McDonald's is just making water.
Was that the hard-hitting Times again?
Yeah, exactly. All right, here's the last one, and again, this headline. This is out of Fortune magazine. It doesn't seem real when you read headlines like this, but it is. Vimeo CEO says not using adverbs helps put the focus on customers. Here's why he thinks it helps companies to not lose their way, right? And here's a quote from Vimeo CEO Philip Moyer saying, when we would write press releases, we weren't allowed to use adverbs. He's talking about, I think he's talking about his time at Amazon. So he's in this he's anti-adverbs. He is against adverbs. This is a news story from our great American CEOs hating adverbs.
Yeah, so I'm reading this one, and I notice he said, I would tell you that it was a really instructional reset.
Yeah.
I'm just going to kind of emphasize that word.
I will point out that we actually covered this story on a previous episode of Business Pants, and we discovered that we looked at his executive bio, and we looked at the press release announcing his appointment as CEO, and there were 4 adverbs in his bio and 10 adverbs in his press release. 10. So I don't know what to make of this.
What's the benefit, though?
Yeah. What's the benefit of getting rid of adverbs? Is that what you're saying?
Because I genuinely don't understand. See what I did there?
Well, Hawk, I feel like nobody has talked about Vimeo since like 2010. So maybe this is why. Maybe this is.
I mean, no news is bad news, I suppose.
Right. I don't understand this one. I don't know why this is the big issue over at Vimeo. I guess Vimeo's gotten everything right. I guess they're beating YouTube. They're beating everybody because I don't know. I don't know what to say. I mean, I love it. I love when we get to see headlines like this and stories like this, but I'm kind of dumbfounded.
Okay, so I'm just trying to think. So I'm going on Amazon and it says, I mean, I'm trying to think. I mean, this is such a nothing burger of a story, to quote whoever that was. But like, so I'm going on and I go, oh, I really want to buy this rubber stamp that says, I love adverbs. And so then it says on there, this is a really big, I mean, I suppose they're superfluous in a description for something on Amazon, but like, I mean, this is where they're using their time and energy is to like eradicate the adverb on these descriptions.
Announcing it and having articles written about it. Yeah, it's a little strange.
I mean, like you say, I think this is more like Vimeo, remember us?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm torn on this one. I absolutely love it. Sorry, I use an adverb there, and yet I
You're
really
absolutely okay.
I really hate it. So that's two adverbs. Yeah. So give me a score. Give me a score on Vimeo CEO. 2. Really? All right.
Well, the grammarian in me really enjoys this. I've got to really sleep on like this idea of like, should I avoid? Like it's given me an existential crisis, and that's why I'm giving it a 2 because maybe I use too many adverbs.
I'll be honest with you. I was talking to an actor and a writer yesterday who he graduated from Columbia University with an MFA in poetry, and he actually agrees with this guy. He agrees. He's anti-adverb, but but my point of view on this was there's nothing wrong with adverbs. It's just wrong. There's just something wrong with lazy writers maybe abusing adverbs, but there's a clever way to use all parts of speech. I just don't know why the adverb hate, right?
I think that's where I'm kind of like my instincts are going. I think my biggest thing is when people repeat a word unnecessarily. Like if they want to really emphasize.
I love repeating words. I love repetition.
Oh, I hate it. Like when they say, "Oh, it was very, very big." I go, just say
it
was
very,
enormous.
very big. It was very.
No, it
very
wasn't.
Big.
It was very big, or it was enormous. Don't say "very" twice. Just say it. No, I don't like. See, that's my big thing. But see, again, this is so arbitrary. Like, I saw the dismissive look on your face, and I was just like, "You're absolutely right to be that dismissive." It's so like you want to say "very, very," go for it.
Yeah.
Like, what does my opinion matter? Who cares about what I think about grammar? Like, who cares about what this guy said? That's the thing I don't get. Is like. If I'm going on to Amazon and an adverb is a perfect way to describe this thing,
sure. Hawk's really getting heated up over this adverb.
I mean, really, what if it's an overly used thing? Like that's,
Well, I will tell you
an adverb.
What's overly used at this point is us and this show. That's the end of the good
music.
Game. Let me wrap you up here. Let's get out of here. I'm going to play us out. Hawk, I really appreciate you joining us. One of my favorite good games ever.
Pleasure.
Joined by, I don't know if it's because Hawk joined us or because Matt wasn't here, but either way, it's one of the best good games I've ever been a part of. And let me give you a final score. Somehow, Hawk, on a scale, remember, now I do all my good games on a scale of 0 to 10. Somehow, your average score for the week, for today was 16.
Yeah.
You broke right through the barriers. This is the most positive good game ever, right? 16.
16 out of 10.
So there you go, Hawk. Any parting words, anything you want to say, any shout outs, or should we just get out of here? You tell me.
No, I'll just say thank you very much. Thanks to you, thanks to Matt, thanks to Free Float Media. It's nice being back on the show, and
great to have you.
This has been an absolute pleasure. So thank you.
All right.
It's been absolutely pleasurable. Thank you.
Yeah. That's it. That's Business Pants.
Sorry, I'm looking at my phone right now. That's why I'm distracted.
Yeah. How many phones are you looking at? That's
2. One for Megan, one for you.
That's Business Pants for April 15th, 2025. This is Free Float Media. Join us again, maybe at the end of the week. Maybe we'll do another show. Matt's back next week. Who knows? Maybe Hawk will come back. It's all a mystery. We'll see. Yeah, I'm not going to promise anything, but thank you for listening. go download those old episodes of Business Pants Corporate Theater. They're really great. They're really talented cast, great writing. So yeah, that's it. That's all I have. We'll see you next time.